Hey everybody, my name is Justine Johnson, and today I will be presenting a case study for EDL 852. To get started, I think it's important that we just talk about what happened. In a rural community, they're seeing a large influx of families and students moving to their community. Traditionally, there was only 2 schools, an elementary K through 6, and then an upper 7 through 12th school. The community has voted to build a new middle school to solve the problem of class sizes and just not having enough space for all of the students. However, there is not a lot of support in this action. It was very controversial for this middle school to be built, and so the principal has asked and developed a team, an advisory committee, to help develop a vision statement for the school. However, many of the members disagree and want the new principal to develop a vision and mission statement on her own and then seek their approval. So the issue is that she would like to create this statement based off everyone's values, but is outvoted by her own committee. The legal and ethical issues in this is that the committee members do not understand why the new principal wants her input in making a vision statement. If the principal does decide to not get everybody's input in making a vision statement, there could potentially be a large population, a large culture that is not being fully encompassed and is not being represented in this vision. Collaboration is necessary to build this vision statement just to make sure that everybody's being represented and that the vision is true for the entire community. A democratic leader finds strength in collaboration and needs the input of her team to form the school vision. When looking at this case, it's important to then look at the facts. So I broke it up into 3 parts: the people, the place, and the program. Let's start with the people. So with the people, you have the new principal of this new middle school, the advisory committee, which is comprised of 4 parents and 4 teachers, Helen, who is a member that teaches English and social studies and is also related to a board member, and she's on the advisory committee. She is the initial member that just believes and trusts in the new principal and wants her to make the decision on her own. And then there's also Superintendent Rawlings, who gave the new principal permission to develop this advisory panel. The place is a rural community. It's a new middle school, and it's Lightville Community School District. The program is increasing. They have well over 1,200 kids now and about 2% more each year. There used to only be 2 schools, and now they are adding the middle school to solve the population issue. And the social and political environment is changing rapidly. When looking at the facts, Lightville Community is a rural school district with an influx of new students and new families. And with new students and new families brings new values, new traditions, and new cultures that need to be represented. The political and social climate of the community is changing. Many newcomers do not agree with the traditional values and beliefs, and especially that more money did not need to be invested in this school. A lot of the newcomers wanted a new middle school to be built, which goes against a lot of the traditional values and beliefs of the people that were living there before. The advisory committee was developed by the new principal and the superintendent's approval, and the committee's input on the vision statement is critical, as all beliefs and populations need to be considered. Reviewing and prioritizing the information. If the principal cannot convince the members to develop a vision statement together, a population of this community could be overlooked and not represented. Developing it as a community is also a great opportunity to just calibrate and really understand one another and see where everybody's beliefs and priorities lie and kind of come together as a team. It's a great start. An advisory committee was also established due to the democratic and participative leadership style of the new principal. So I believe that it's important that the principal represents from the beginning her style. Committee members are also not fully understanding the importance of developing a mission and vision statement together, and they just are trusting in their new leader, but not understanding that it's not a great option for the new principal to create this vision statement independently, as all input needs to be given. There are 3 options that I laid out as next steps. The first one is to develop a vision statement independently and then seek the advisory committee approval. One large consequence is that this statement does not align with the community's values. I think another large consequence is that then the principal is not representing who she is as a person and her leadership style. At the next meeting, you could also demand all members write down their values and future vision for the school. I think an issue with the principal making this choice is that the members will fear they're not being heard because they had already voted for the new principal to make it on their own and then seek approval. They may also view this panel as more work, and they may think that their new principal lacks confidence, lacks independence, and just kind of lose some trust in her. A third option is to create a presentation describing her leadership style and present it to the committee. I could also include personal beliefs and hopes for the school and ask them for their input. One possible consequence is that if I did bring my own beliefs to the table, I could possibly be influencing the panel. When evaluating my options, I think when evaluating the first one to develop the mission statement independently and just seek approval, the committee would be pleased by her action or my action, but the statement will not reflect the entire community. With the second option, demanding that everybody writes down their vision and future for the school, the committee will be bothered by the new principal's choice, and it doesn't align with the leadership philosophy, and it will not align with the community. With the third option, creating a presentation describing my style and presenting it, and also just presenting what I view for the school. I would be representing my own leadership style and beliefs. But again, the committee members may not think deeply about their personal beliefs and vision for the school in taking this option. I truly believe that the best solution is creating a presentation describing leadership style and presenting it to the committee. I would include my personal beliefs and hopes for the school, and then ask others for their input and still come up with this together, but find a way to really explain why this is important. To implement this, I would just design a short presentation, first off describing me, who I am, my leadership style, and my philosophy. And then I would describe what's at stake when creating the vision and the mission statement and why this is so important. I would then share my own beliefs, my own values, my own vision for the school, and what I believe. And then I would ask them if that is something that they agree with. I would ask them what their traditional values of the community are. Just go back to that core and what is truly important. I would also ask them to just reflect on what they think the community will be like in 10 years. I would ask how the different cultures and students that are represented. And then I would just ask them how they believe that we can bridge the gap of the old and the new and really serve these students. I think in asking those questions, it will really open up the conversation and allow us to brainstorm kind of a rough draft vision and mission statement together. Then I would ask to put all these ideas together and bring a final mission statement to the next meeting for their approval. I just believe that this way bridges their belief in the principal making the vision statement, but also it really takes into consideration everybody's views and everybody's cultures and everybody's beliefs and puts it all together to truly represent our entire school and our entire community. In conclusion, collaboratively designing a mission statement is critical to the well-being of students and adults in the community and the future of the entire school.